I'm packing to go to a hair salon. I have a salon that has called us, and they're up in the mountains, and sounds like a nice ride. And I'm packing up all my things to take to the hair salon, and I thought you might like to see what I put in my kit that I rolled into the hair salon. Also, what I put my things in. So, stay tuned. So I have a rolling toolbox. This I bought at Lowe's. Already I have in here, this is the cloth I put on the table. This is actually a gun cleaning cloth. It's felt on one side, rubber on the other. Raymond Hall gave that to me. I already have in here my cord for my Simek, and it's an extra long one. I have a 2000 grit Shafton stone, which stays in here. I have my single ply toilet tissue apron, one plug surge protector, one for a single plug in, a square. I have perm paper for testing my thinning shears. I have 2 bottles, one with water, one with alcohol. And those just stay in there, so I don't take them out. So let's see what goes in along with this. Now, of course, my machine goes. Take my clamp. And I have, and I'll show you what all is in here. I just keep a little box. And it's got my clamp, it's got my handle bender, scissor pliers, polish, rust eraser. Actually, I got 2 rust erasers. I don't need 2 in there. Swarf erasers. I got 2 of those. I don't need 2 of those in there. Q-tip. You never know. Some hair to cut. A couple of hair. Oil. Cups for my screws. I've got my Sharpie in there. Adding to this is I have if I have to do serrations, just in case, a nail buffer. Have a diamond paddle. You never know what you're going to run across. This is for doing the inside on a curved shear. This is our arc comb. Put all this back in here. And you see I just kind of put this in here as I stack it. Diamond spray, my Magnolite, that may have to go separate, screwdriver, my Allen wrench for adjusting my clamp. I'll keep adding to this box as I go through. As I add something to it, I'll tell you. Pliers, needle nose pliers. Now I'm going to put my Simek in there. I like this as my screw holder. It's a magnet. I got it at the Dollar Tree. It's a Dollar Tree. It was cheap. I think it was 2 for $1. And I like it because the magnet's not that strong, so it doesn't magnetize my screws, but it stays on top of my machine. The newer Simeks are steel, so you can use magnets on it. So I'm going to set this, you know what, I'm going to set this on the floor and then put my Simek in it. Might need to rearrange things in here a little bit. Put my Simek in first would be the ideal thing to do. And then I can add all these other things around it. Give a little extra protection. You never know when you have a car wreck and everything goes flying. Not that I'm anticipating it, but Jean is driving. So I have those things in there. I have a top to this. Let me grab that. This goes on the top. But in between, and that's why I like this little toolbox, I have this where I put all my spare parts. Now I've been digging out of this for weeks. I haven't been out since the pandemic started. I got crazy stuff in here. I need to sort this up when I get back. But I have inside here, I've got glue, I've got screw-in bumpers. I even have a lighter. Sometimes you need that for bumpers. And I want to try to fit all this in here where this will actually close, which it did at one time. Haven't been out sharpening in a while. Ah, the light came on here. Got these cute little boxes for putting my parts in. Unfortunately, they don't always fit in here like I would like them to. But they will fit. Okay, I think everything's in there and I can close it. Yep. Double check, make sure I do have bumpers, I do have washers, I do have all the things I need. They should all be in here, so. And that goes here. And what's nice about this, if I ever need a stand for my water stone, this actually fits pretty nice on here. So put this in the front ways. Now I'm going to set this on top, but until then, let's open it up and I'll show you what all I'm putting in here. Now what's already in here is I've got another cloth. This is disposable cloth. Got an Allen wrench in case the head on my machine came loose, which is unlikely. This little pouch has some bags, little pouches I can put shears in if I get a whole lot. It's got Band-Aids, warranties, some more cloths, some little plastic cases for shears. I hardly ever go in here. It's helpful to have a pen in here and a receipt book. I gotta find the receipt book yet. So this is going in my top. I actually have room. I could put some shears in here too. Okay, let me look through and see what I have. An alignment bar. I probably won't need it, but I don't bring things to bend my scissors. That's just not in here. Helps to have like a little pick. I think I packed oil, but I'll put another oil in here. I'm looking around to see if there's anything else. Oh, my light. And I'm going to need my pads. I'm looking to see if there's anything else. There's some things that I have here at the office that I use sometimes that I might not bring with me. Because I mean, it is possible to be prepared for any scenario, but I'm not sure if that's absolutely necessary. So this goes in here. And this size box fits in here really nice. The other thing too nice about this box, I bought this at Office Supply. Oh, UFO tools. I will be stuck without those. I have several. We've done a video on that. This is my German one. And I have a regular one. Between those two, I should be able to get anything. So I'll drop those in there. Close this up. Oh, what I was going to show you is that the top on this is just the right size to put my cases in, put my plates in. I'm kind of hurrying because, oh, I saw something else. I need tweezers. Never know if you need a razor blade. Here's a third kind of UFO tool. You never know what you're going to need as far as plates. Now, supposedly it's only 2 pairs of shears to sharpen, but who knows what's there once you get there. It might be good to have a few extra pads. These are my favorite, the 800. So I've got those in there, but you see how they all actually fit in here? And then I can this on my box, and pretty much everything I need fits in there. If I want to bring a plate rack, these are hard to come by, but they're kind of handy to have them set up there. So I have a list, but I don't know where the list is. But it's good to kind of think through, sharpening the scissors, wiping it down, alcohol, in my mind all the things I'm going to be doing to sharpen. And I think I have everything, but I can almost promise you I've forgotten something. So it'd be interesting at the end of this video, after I come back, I'll tell you what I forgot. I can't think of anything or see anything. So let's close it up. Oh, and I've got these cute little open things on the top. That's where I put business cards. That's something I forgot. More business cards or receipt book. Also, when I'm bringing shears, I like to have my sheet for where they can make payments. I've got my square in there, my phone. Got toilet tissue. I didn't put any paper towels in there. But I think I've got what I need, except for shears to sell and brochures and a few more business cards. So I'm going to pan down so you can see my little nice little full kit here. And this is not ideal. It's got its drawbacks, but for me it works well because I'm not that tall. Jean has a hard time pulling it because here's the problem. It's very low to the ground and it drags. Hear it dragging? So I'm short enough that I can pull it and it works pretty good for me. But if you're tall and you're up more like this, your hand's up here, it's going to drag. But that's what I carry into the salons. That's how long it takes me to pack and unpack, and that's my setup. Now, in the future, I'm going to go through each item that I pack in here, maybe some additional items, and show you what I use each one for. But please subscribe and watch more about our videos. And I hope this was helpful to you, just to see how easy it is to bring things in the salon. A lot of sharpeners during the pandemic are saying they need to work out of a van. People aren't going to let you come in the salon to sharpen. I'm in Georgia. It may be different in other states, but we're able to go in and we're sharpening inside the salons. We have to make appointments. You can't really just make cold calls. But I have a new guy, Kevin, that just started sharpening. During this pandemic, I had to train him on video chat. And he called me yesterday, said he was able to get in his first salon. He calls them on the phone, sets his appointments. He sharpened 9 shears and sold one at his very first stop ever. And he told me that he was planning to call 200 salons yesterday to try to set appointments. And I thought, okay. And then he sent me a text message, and I don't know how many he actually called, but he says, I have the full week booked next week. Now, this is during the pandemic. He's in a rural, smaller area, and he's brand new at this. So, if you're thinking about getting into sharpening, if you don't mind taking a few no's, making the calls, doing your homework, you can make it work. You can make it work. And as I said, the reason I'm going into sharpening today is it's a beautiful place up in the mountains. I'm taking my grandson with me. We're going to go to a safari zoo or something while we're up there. You know, it's only a couple of shears, but it may turn out to be more. And Gene will be with me. He'll probably sell something. It's a small salon. But, you know, it's... Man, my son-in-law didn't want to drive up there. He's been pretty busy, not for just 2 shears. And the other thing, it's 51 miles from our house. So that means, since it's 50 miles from the office, 50 miles from the house, we can also pay ourselves a per diem out of the business for our food, because it's like we're traveling. Check with your accountant. I have a very excellent accountant, and she tells me exactly how we can do it. So there's some tax advantages for us to going up there 50 miles away and doing this sharpening. So, and probably the tax advantages will far outweigh what I'm going to actually make sharpening. Now I'll charge $30 a pair, so it'll be $60 I'll make. And then one of the stylists has already bought a shears. We had to mail her one this week. She had somebody steal them from her. Can you believe it? Came in her salon, and after he was gone, she noticed her shears were gone. And so she called the police, and he told the police, he says, look, he says, the shears were in my hat. I didn't even realize it. Now, you know they were in his hat. So make sure your stylist owns 2 pairs of shears. So she bought another one because she realized she needs backup. And she's supposed to get these back from this guy with the hat, and no telling what he cut with it, and she wants us to sharpen them today. And I'm hoping she's charging him for the sharpening. So that's all I have to say about packing up, working in the salons during the pandemic. I might try to take a picture or two today. Let's just see how it looks like actually working in the salon with a mask on. So I'm back from my Saturday at the hair salon sharpening. Sharpened for 2 young women. They were both probably right out of school, I guess maybe 19 years old. Both of them own Bonika shears. Both of them own 2 pairs of Bonika shears. I sharpened 1 pair for each of them at $30 a pair, and sold a pair of shears to one of them that already had 2 pairs of Bonika, and she bought a 3rd. So as I'm sitting there waiting for them to finish up the haircut so I could get paid, I'm debating in my head, oh, these poor girls are right out of school, and I'm sure they've been out of work, and can they afford the $30 and for the sharpening? And I had loaned her a pair of shears while I'm sharpening, and I'm looking at the prices in there, and that was a very inexpensive. It was a Smart Style. It was like $20 for a shampoo and haircut. But shouldn't sharpening cost a little bit more than the cheapest shampoo and haircut? $30 is reasonable. When they were in school, I told them $30, so I went ahead and I told them earlier $30, and then on top of that, she bought a pair of shears. So don't underestimate what your customer can spend or would like to spend. These are the main tools of their business. Just like you as a sharpener, you invest in your tools, they will invest in theirs. And that was a fun Saturday. I was in there, in and out in maybe 45 minutes, sharpened 2 pairs, sold 1, and then I took my grandson to the zoo. This is a great family business.